Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I am going to solve Cambridge O level mathematics syllabus D. This is a specimen paper, paper 2. In this paper we are allowed to use calculator. We have 2 hours for this paper, and this paper carries some of the new topics that are included in this syllabus. We have the subject code 4024 and the variant is 02. Now we're gonna start. There is important information written here. We can use either pi value for the in the calculator, or we can use 3.142. Give non-exact numerical answer correct to 3 significant figures or 1 decimal place for angles. So you need to place 1 decimal in the angle as well. So these are the some of important information, and this paper carry 100 marks of it. So we're gonna start our paper. List of the formulas are also given. Formula sheets is showing area for the figure. This sheet will also be given in paper 1 as well, which I have already solved and shown you. Circumference, curved surface area, and surface area and the volume for the prism, and volume of pyramid, volume of cylinder, all this given, and some sine rule and trigonometry ratio, and the area of triangle in terms of sine is also given, and quadratic formula is also given in the exam. So now we're gonna start from question number 1. Remember, we are allowed to use calculator. So this is the simple question of calculation. Question number 1. Calculate 4 over square root 0.05. So I'm gonna type calculate taking square root of 0.005. Answer would be 0.05. Now divide 4 by 0.05. Answer would be 80. This is a simple question of calculation. Now we will move to the next part. Work out 40% of 530. So 40% of 530, we're gonna solve it like that. 40 by 100, changing percentage into fraction, then multiplying it by 530. 0 gonna cancel with 0 and 0, or this 4 into 553, the answer would be $212. So this is the simple question. Now we will move to the question number 3. Question number 3 is from the topic of time. This is a part of bus timetable from New York to Raleigh. New York 9:15, Baltimore 13:40, Washington DC 15:20, Richmond 19:00, Petersburg 19:40, and Raleigh is equal 10:15. Work out the journey from New York to Petersburg and give your answer in the hours and the minutes. So New York to Petersburg. So New York time is this and Petersburg time is this. Simply we're gonna subtract it. 1940 and 9:15. So you're gonna subtract it from calculator. Or 40 minus 15 is 25, and 10 hours. So the answer is 10 hours and 25 minutes is the time. Now moving to the B part. Arjun arrives at the bus station in Washington at 1:36 p.m. First change this p.m. into 24 hour. Why I am changing into 24 hour system over here? Every timing is given in the 24 hour system. So 1:36 plus 12, this is gonna be 13:36. Whenever it is PM, now we have to add 12 hours in it. Work out how long he waits for the 9:15 bus from New York to arrive. Give your answer in minutes. So for New York to Washington DC, we know that Washington DC at the time of 15:20, and if he starts his journey from 13:36, so we're gonna subtract 15:20 minus 36. It's gonna take 1 hour and 44 minutes. You can use scientific calculator and you can use hours and degrees, which are shown in the dots and inverted commas, to simply just write their values, and you will be provided by 1 hour 44 minutes. Or you can calculate by subtracting, which I have, which just like that I have calculated earlier. Okay, it would be 1 hour 44 minutes, but answer requirement is only in terms of minutes. So first we will change. We know that 1 hour has how many minutes? 60 minutes. So 60 plus 44 minutes, answer would be 104 minutes. So this was the simple question. Now we will move to the next question. Question number 4. Question number 4 is that work out the maximum number of pens Mariam can buy with the worth $15. So pens cost 53 cents, and how much can be buy with 15? First we're gonna convert $15 into cents by multiply it 100, it would be 1500. Then divide 1500 by 53, this would be 28 point something, but pen cannot be in the form of decimals or fractions, so we used to we need to take 28 as a whole number. So answer would be 28 pen. Work out the change he receives in the cents. So simply we're gonna multiply 28 by 53, the cents, the value of each cent, and we're gonna subtract it from 1500 to get the change from our answer. It would be, because we are taking in the cents and answer requirements is also in the cents, so 1500 minus 28, it would be 16. So the change we get is 16 cents. So we multiply 28 by 53, then subtract it from 1500. Next part is from statistic portion, and this part is of the pie chart. Okay, in which we also have to draw a pie chart. Okay, the table shows how a class of 30 children travel to school. The information will be shown in the pie chart. 18 children walk, 3 children go by the car, and 9 children uses the bus. So we need to calculate the angles for the pie chart. This is the simple calculation. 18 and 18 plus 3 plus 9, 21, 30. So 18 divided by 30, and the total angle of the pie chart, your circle, is 360. So after calculating it, answer would be 216. Simply 3 over 30 multiply by 360, answer would be 36 degree. Again 9 by 30 multiply by 360, answer would be 108 degree. We need to plot these 3 angles on this pie chart. Okay, we are provided with one line, so I'm going to draw these angles. Okay, I have turned the paper 270 degree clockwise, or you can say 90 degree anti-clockwise, so just you have a clear idea. Okay, first I will you can draw any angle first which you want, but 216 is a reflex angle, so I will draw either 108 or 36. Okay, I will draw 108 angle first. It is 90 degree, and this would be 110, and 2 values before 110 would be like this. So 108 angle will be this 108, and this part is representing the children who are using bus. Now we will draw 36 degree. Now we will consider this line as a baseline. The new line is a baseline over here. 35 5 and 36. This is the 36 point. Now we will draw this line. Again, okay, this is the 36 angle, the children using car, and the rest of the angle automatically would be equal to 216 degree, so we don't need to draw it. So these children go by walking. This is how we have drawn the pie chart. Now we will move to the next question. Question number 6. Question number 6 is from mensuration topic. This is an easy question. The diagram shows a cuboid. Calculate the volume of the cuboid. We know that the formula for the volume of the cuboid is V is equal to length into breadth into height. You can use any dimension over here. Answer will be same, 8 into 4 into 6.5. After multiplying it, it would be 208 centimeter cube. So the answer here would be 208 centimeter cube. This was an easy question of 1 mark. Now we will move to the next question. Question number 7 is for the topic of exchange rate. Alex buys a shirt at a price of 14.75 pounds or sterling. Pedro buy a shirt at a price of $21.99. The exchange rate is $1 is equal to 0.73. Calculate how much more Pedro pays than Alex. Give your answer in the dollars and cents correct to the nearest cent. Okay. We note that the exchange rate is $1 is equal to 0.73, and Alex buys shirt in the form of pound. So we're going to convert into the dollars. 14.75 divided by 0.73, the dollar would be $20.21. Now the Pedro buys a shirt at a price of this. Now we can take the difference between those two values to 21.99 minus 20.21. This is how much Pedro gonna pay more than Alex for buying this t-shirt. So after calculating, our calculator would give this answer $1.78, and $1.78 we're gonna write over here. So first we converted Alex into dollars, and then comparing by taking the difference of those Alex and Pedro's shirts price, the answer would be $1.78. Now we will move to the question number 8. Question number 8 is from the topic of polygons. The diagram shows an hexagon. Hexagon has how many sides? 6 sides, or you can count 1 2 3 4 5 6. Write an equation and solve it for the value of x. First we need to calculate how much the value of 6 sides of hexagon angle. 6 angles of hexagon. 6 in minus 2, 4 into 180. Answer would be 720 degree. Now we need to calculate by taking the sum of all the values and writing them equal to 720. We're gonna get answer 2x plus 120 plus 100 plus 144 plus x minus 30 plus 152 is equal to 720. So 2x plus x is 3x, then 120 plus 100 plus 144 minus 30 and 152, answer would be 486. After subtracting 720 minus 486. Our answer would be 234. Then dividing by 3, our answer would be 78 degrees. So value for the x is 78 degree. So this is how we calculated. This is a 4-mark question, easy question. Now we will move to the next part, question number 9. Question number 9 is from the topic of number system. 3.565 square root of 196, 8 under root 7 and 12. From the list, write down a number that is multiple of 3. Multiple of 3 is this 12, so answer is 12. Okay. Now a cube number is only 8. So from the list, a prime number is only 5 in this list, and this is an irrational number. Irrational numbers are those numbers that cannot be written in the form of p by q or in the form of fraction. Any number whose square root is not a whole number is an irrational number. So this is an irrational number. So this is our answer. Now we will move to the next part. Question number 10 is from the topic of probability. Okay, Anna has a bag containing 10 beads. Okay, now you can see the question. Anna has a bag containing 10 beads. There are 4 red beads and the rest are blue. Part A. Anna takes 2 beads from the bag at random without replacement. Complete the tree diagram. 4 by 10, then remaining would be 6 by 10. Okay, for the first pick, if red is picked, then remaining would be 6 by 9 because blue is not picked. And the first pick is blue, this would be less than 1, 5 by 9, and the red would be the same, 4 by 9. So this is how we have completed the tree diagram. Now next is calculate the probability that Anna takes 2 red beads. 2 red beads means this 4 by 10 and this 3 by 9. We're gonna multiply them. 4 by 10 multiply by 4 by 10 multiply by 3 by 9. It's 1 by 3. So 2 by 5. So answer would be 2 by 15. Even if you don't write answer by solving, or you can write answer 12 by 90, you will be given full marks. Okay, or you can simplify it to 2 by 15 just like I have done. Moving to the question number 11. Question number 11 is from the topic of density, mass, and that is used in everyday maths. Maya builds a patio in her garden in the shape of a cylinder with the radius 2 centimeter and the height is 0.08 centimeter. This is an important information. The patio is made from a concrete. The density of the concrete is 2400 kilogram per meter cube. Calculate the mass of the concrete used to build the patio. And the formula is also given. Density is equal to mass over volume, and what the formula for the mass would be density into volume. So density is given, but we need to calculate volume first. The formula for the volume of cylinder is pi r square h. Pi, and the value of r is 2 and the value of h is 0.08. We're gonna solve it in the calculator. The answer would be 1.0053 meter cube. So we're gonna use these value. Density 2500, multiply it by 1.0053. Answer would be 2513.27 kilogram. So I'm gonna write our answer here, 2513.27 kilogram. Moving to the next part, Maya wants to put tiles on the surface of her patio as shown in the diagram. Each tile has a arc length of 75 centimeter. Explain why the tile do not fit exactly on the surface of the patio. For checking it and showing it, first we need to calculate the circumference of the circle. C is equal to 2 pi r. 2 pi multiplied by 2, answer is 12.566 meter. And by dividing 75 in over 100, it would be 0.75 meter. So why it doesn't fit exactly? Now we're gonna find out by dividing it with the arc length of 0.75 sector. The answer will be 16.755. This is a decimal number. It means that the tile are not perfectly fitting the circumference. If the answer would be a whole number, it means the tiles were fitting exactly the circle. So we're gonna write that the number of tile is not a whole number. That's why tiles cannot be filled. So this was the simple answer. First we calculated the circumference. After calculating the circumference, we have converted the given arc length into meters, then dividing it both to check that exactly it fit in the circle. The answer is in the decimal, so this is the reason that doesn't fit exactly. Moving to the question number 12. Question number 12 is from the topic of inequalities. Find all the integers value that satisfy the inequality this. Okay. -6 is less than or equal to 3x, and 3x is less than or equal to 6x is less than 2. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and over here -2 is less than x. 3 dividing by 6 is 2. So the numbers should be between -2 and 2, and -2 would be including because this is the equality sign, and over here plus positive 2 cannot be included because this sign is only for less than. So the numbers would be -2, -1, 0 and 1. These are the integers, 4 integers that would satisfy the given inequality. Moving to the question number 13. Question number 13 is from the topic of kinematics. The speed time graph shows the first 10 seconds of a journey of a car. By drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient at the curve at t is equal to 2. So we need to draw the tangent at t is equal to 2. So this would be t is equal to 2. This value should be plotted drawing the tangent. So we're gonna plot the tangent over here. Tangent is a line that touches any curved line only at a single point. So we're gonna draw the tangent at, why are we drawing at this point? Because question is requiring that we need to draw the tangent when time t is equal to 2. So this is the power point, so that's why we are drawing the tangent over here. Okay, this is the perfect tangent for this diagram. Now we need by drawing the tangent. Okay, we for drawing the tangent we will get the 1 mark, and for getting other 1 mark we need to calculate the gradient. So for gradient we need 2 points. Point we will take as this 2 and 2.2, and other point I will take this. This is the point 0 and one box higher approximately you can take 1.1, or yes, it's between this, so you're gonna take 0 and 1.1, or you can take 1.2 by rounding it. Okay, so m is equal to y2 minus y1. Even you take any other points, whatever points you feel comfortable, your method would be more appreciated than your answer. 2.2 minus 1.2 divided by 2 minus 0, answer would be 1 by 2. So the gradient value is 1 by 2 or 0.5. Any answer closer to it would be also considered right, and you will be awarded with the full marks. So don't need to confuse if your answer come 0.4, 0.6, it would be correct. Write down the gradient of the curve that represent in terms of the car motion for the first 10 seconds of the journey. If the graph is between speed and time, the gradient would show always acceleration. So we're gonna write over here acceleration. All the students of physics can second that, but business students should also know that whenever the speed time graph is given and we need to calculate its gradient, and gradient would always show the value of acceleration. Now we will move to the question number 14. Question number 14 is from the topic of statistic, and this is the simple question as well. The table show the distance traveled by 80 people to a shopping mall. The distance is this: 0 to 5 meter, 0 to 5 35, and 5 to 10 20, 10 to 20 is 14, 20 to 50 is 11. Frequencies are given. Calculate and estimate the mean distance traveled. First you need to know the formula for the mean is summation of fx over summation of f. So the total value of f is given in the question, that is equal to 80. We need to calculate x. What is x? X is actually the midpoint. Midpoint of what? Midpoint of class boundaries or class interval. So 0 plus 5 divided by 2. 0 plus 5 divided by 2, answer is 2.5. Same way, 5 plus 10 divided by 2, the answer would be 7.5. Same, 10 plus 20 divided by 2, answer would be 15. 20 plus 50, 70. 70 divided by 2, answer would be 35. So you're gonna multiply it by this is f and this is x. Simply 35 multiplied by 2.5 plus 20 multiplied by 7.5 plus 14 multiplied by 15 plus 11 multiplied by 35. Okay, and value of total frequency is 80. After calculating this value, answer would be 832.5 divided by 80, answer would be 10.4 kilometers. So this is how we have calculated the estimation of mean the distance traveled. Important thing was we calculated the midpoint and we used the simple formula of summation of fx over summation of f. How we have calculated the mean? We have calculated the mean by taking the class interval, adding those intervals and dividing by 2 would give us the midpoint. Okay, moving to the question number 15. Question number 15 is from the topic of transformation. The diagram shows triangle A and triangle B. We can see that Okay, describe fully single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. So this question carry 3 marks. It means we need to justify by giving 3 points. First, you can see that I have triangle A is given. I have rotated it to 90 degree, taking the turn 90 degree clockwise. It means that rotating the object of 90 degree would give us the shape of B, or you can take 270 degree anti-clockwise, but we're gonna write it like that. Rotation, this would explain a 1 mark, and 90 degree clockwise would give you another 1 mark. But this question carrying the 3 marks, we need to give one more value for it, and this would be what we have considered the center for it, okay, through which this triangle is rotated. For calculating the center, we know that this value is shown by, if we rotate this value is shown over here, and this value is shown over here. I can point that with different pens, and this point is given by this value. Okay. Now for finding the center, you can extend this point, and you can extend this point as well, or you can extend any other 2 points, and intersection of these points would justify our center value of 2 1. So the center would be 2 and 1. So the center is 2 and 1. How we have calculated? Okay, I'm gonna repeat that. By extending this line and this line, because this point was carrying the same value after rotation, and when these two lines intersected each other, it means that this would be their center point of moving. Again, you can see this is how I have done. Now we will move to the next part, question number 16. Question number 16 is from the topic of graph. Sketch graph of the function y is equal to x minus 3. Sketch the graph of each function y is equal to x minus 3. You can simply, by writing any point over here, if I would write, take x as a 0, 0 minus 3, then y would be minus 3. And if I will take x as a 3, then answer would be 3 minus 3, and y would be 0. So these 2 points, 0 and minus 3, and 3 and 0, we're gonna plot over here. This would be almost like that. Three 0 and 0 minus 3. So these are the 2 points. You can take other points as well, you will get the same line. Okay, next is y is equal to 1 over x. This is a reciprocal graph. You should know how we're gonna draw the reciprocal graph. This is a simple technique of drawing the reciprocal graph. You're gonna make like that, and you're gonna also make like that. So this is how you're gonna show the reciprocal graph. This is how we have completed question number 16. Now we will move to the question number 17. 17 is a very tricky question, and this question carries some of the new concepts like logarithm. I'm gonna use this formula for this. I'm already writing this, so during my solution you would not confuse about it. Okay, so now I'm reading the question. An insect population decreases at a rate of 12% per year. The insect population on 1st January 2022 is 3.7 million. Calculate the number of complete years it will take for the insect population to first fall below 1 million insects. Okay. First, we know that we have the population of that is 3.7 million. Millions being 10 raised to power 6, and it is decreasing at the rate of 12%. 1 minus 12 by 100, and we need to find in how many years it would be less than 1 into 1 million, 1 into 10 raised to power 6. So we're gonna cancel 10 raised to power 6 from both sides like that. Okay, next step would be 3.7. 1 minus 12 by 100 would be equal to 1 minus 0.12, 1 minus 0.12 की power n, and this would be 1. 3.7 we're gonna divide over here, and 1 minus 0.12 would be 0.88 power n, and this would be 1 over 3.7. 1 over 3.7, and you need to take the logarithm log 0.88, 0.88 n. This would be like this. And you know that when logarithm base is same and this, we're gonna write this answer as this. Then logarithm has a base 0.88 and this is the power of 0.88. We're gonna write n over here, and taking the log 0.88 with base here, it would be, after calculating it, it would be 10.23 years. N is greater than. Why we have changed the sign? Because we have taken the logarithm, and this cannot be in terms of decimals, so it would be 11 years. So we're gonna round it to, even the answer come 10.1, you're gonna round it because you are going to the next year. Even the value of 1 month would be considered as a whole year, so answer would be 11 years. So this was the new question carrying some of the new techniques of logarithm. I hope you have the understanding of this question. If you don't understand this question, you can ask in the comment section as well, but this is the new technique. You would get grasp of it slowly. Now we will move to the next question, question number 18. Question number 18 is from the topic of inversely directly and inversely proportion. Y is inversely proportion to the cube root of x. Y is inversely proportion to the cube root of x. So we're gonna cube root. Y is equal to k over cube root of x. We know that y value, when the value of y is 2.5, the value of x is 8, the cube root of x 8 is 2, 2.5 multiplied by 2, the value of k would be 5. So our equation would be like that: y is equal to 5 over cube root of x. When y value is now we need to find the value of y when x is equal to 64. We know that the cube root of 64 is 4. So 5 by 4, you can even calculate mentally, it would be 1.25. So the value of y would be 1.25. So answer over here is 1.25. You're gonna see this is how we have completed question number 18. Okay. Now we will move to the question number 19. 19 is from the topic of trigonometry and further trigonometry, and this is the simple question. We have to apply the cosine formula, which is also given in the formula sheet. In the figure we can see that this figure is not drawn to the square. ABCD is a quadrilateral with AB is equal to 500 meter, BC is equal to 650 meter, DA is equal to 350 meter. Angle DAB is 135, you can see that, and angle BDC, that is equal to 52 degree. Calculate BD. What is BD? Actually BD is this length. So we're gonna use the triangle ADB for calculating DBA, and we're gonna use the formula of cosine rule, that is A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos of A. And for triangle ADB, we're gonna apply this formula. So A is, we're gonna find A, we can say that this is A, and A square is equal to 500 square plus 350 square, 500 350, and 2 into 500 multiplied by 350 cosine of the central angle between these two sides, that is 135 degree. Okay, now we're gonna take the square. 25 0000 350 square is 122 500, and this minus, and cos 135 value is minus, then minus minus become plus. It would be equal to 247487.37. After adding these values and taking square root of A square, the answer would be 787.39 meter, because all dimensions are given in the meters. So we're gonna write over here dB is equal to 787.39. Now B part is calculate obtuse angle BCD. This is very important information. If you ignore what is obtuse angle, you're gonna lose 1 mark, and this question carries the 4 marks. So you need to carefully calculate obtuse angle. Here in the diagram we can see that DCB is this triangle, but we need to calculate the obtuse angle. So we're gonna use the sine rule over here, because this dimension is also given, this dimension, we need to find this angle. Okay, so we're gonna use sine rule over here. It would be like that: A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. A we just calculated 787.39. Sine A, which we need to calculate, we can say that this is sine angle BCD, and the value of B is 650. You can see that the value of this is 650, and angle in front of it is 52 degrees. So sine 52. By cross multiplying and solving it would be like that: 787.39 multiply by sine 52 divide by 650. The angle value would be this 0.954. Now we will take inverse of 0.954. Here we are showing the rest of the calculations. Angle BCD sine inverse of 0.954, and the value will be 72.66, and you're gonna round off 72.7 degree. But you can clearly see that this is an acute angle, and the question was demanding obtuse angle. So how we're gonna convert it into the obtuse angle? By just simply subtracting it from 180. 180 minus 72.7, we're gonna calculate, and the answer would be 107.3 degree. So angle ABCD for obtuse value is 107.3 degree. This was the simple question of sine rule. First part was belong to cosine rule, and the B part was of the sine rule. The only important thing was we have carefully we have to read the statement for the value of obtuse angle. Now we will move to its C part. This question doesn't carry any further parts. So now we will move to the question number 20. Question number 20 is from the topics of kinematics and algebra. Shanti travels 12 kilometers from home to school. She travels at an average speed of x kilometer per hour. You know that distance has a formula of speed into time, or you can calculate speed by dividing this distance from time. So speed is equal to distance by time, or distance is equal to speed into time. Write down expression in terms of x for the time taken in minutes for Shanti to travel from home to school. So the formula for the time would be like that: time is equal to distance over speed. So what is the distance here? We know that the distance is given, that is 12 kilometer, and speed is given x kilometer. So answer would be time is equal to distance by speed, and distance is 12 and speed is x kilometer. But we need to give our answer in terms of minutes. So speed is given in kilometer per hour, so we're going to multiply it by 60. After multiplying it 60, we're going to get our answer in terms of minutes. 12 into 60 is 720 by x. So our answer would be 720 by x minute. Moving to its B part, Felix travels 12 kilometers from home to school. He travels at an average speed that is 20 kilometers per hour slower than Shanti's average speed. Okay, this question has a relation with the previous part, that Felix is traveling slower, 20 kilometers per hour slower compared to Shanti. Write down an expression in terms of x for the time taken in minutes for Felix to travel from home to school. So we know that it is traveling 20 kilometers per hour less, that is equal to x minus 20. So Felix speed is x minus 20. So we need to find the expression for it. We already know that time has a formula of distance divided by speed, and distance is same, that is 12, and speed is decreased by 20. We also need to find it into minutes, so we're going to multiply again by 60. Our answer would be same, 720, but this time dividing x minus 20. So our final answer is 720 over x minus 20. Now moving to its C part, both parts were alike. Now the C part is connecting to both A and B part. Felix take 15 minutes longer to travel from home to school than Shanti. Use your answer from part A and part B to form an equation in X and show that it simplifies in the form of x squared minus 20x minus 960 equal to 0. So we also need to show and verify it. We are provided with the information that Felix takes 15 minutes longer compared to Shanti. So we're gonna make this equation like that: 720 over x, that is Shanti's time, and Felix time is 720 x minus 20, and we are going to equate them, and it taking 15 minutes longer. So equating, we're gonna subtract it from 15 here over here. Now we need to take the LCM of right hand side. After taking LCM, we can cross multiply it. 720 x minus 20, and x would be like that: 720 minus 15 x, then minus minus plus 300. Okay, now we're gonna solve it and prove it. 2x squared minus 20x minus 960 equal to 0. So after multiplying it, it would be 720x minus 720 into 20, 14400. Then 720 plus 300 would be equal to 1020, and multiplying by x would be 1020x, and 15 into x would be 15x square. Now converting into one side, 15x square plus 720x minus 1020x minus 14400 equal to 0. So it would be like that: 15x square, and simplifying it, it would be 300x minus 14400 equal to 0. Now taking 15 common from here, I'm gonna write it like that: 15 is equal to x square minus 20x minus 960 equal to 0. And hence we have proven that x square minus 20x minus 960 equal to 0. This was the task to show that, and this is how we have solved it. Okay, you can look at this question carrying the 4 marks, and this was the simple question of kinematics plus algebraic. First we converted it into the algebraic expression, then we solved it according to the given condition, and this is how our answer has come. Now we are moving its D part. Solve the equation x squared minus 20x minus 960 equal to 0. Show your working and give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. It means we need to use the quadratic equation. We note that the value of a is 1, b is minus 20, and c is minus 960. Okay, so we're gonna use the quadratic formula over here. X is equal to minus b minus minus 20 plus minus b square. B square is minus 20 square minus 4ac or 4ca. 4 into 1 into 960, then divide it by 2a, and a would be 1. Okay, after simplifying it, it would be like 20 plus minus 400, and 4 into 960, it would be 3840. This is minus, it would be plus 3840 divided by 2. It would be like that, 20 plus minus 65.11 divided by 2. So when we add 20 plus 65 by 11 by 2, answer would be x is equal to 42.56. And when we subtract it, our negative answer would be minus 22.55. So 20 plus 65.11 divided by 2 is equal to 42.56. 20 minus 65.11 divided by 2 would be minus 20. So when I write over here 42.56, this is a simple quadratic equation carrying 3 easy marks. Moving to its E part is that calculate the time Felix takes to travel from home to school. Give your answer in minutes and seconds. Obviously now we have calculated the value of x, but we're gonna use the value of x that is come in the form of positive. Felix time was like that. Felix time was that you can write for time over here 720 over x minus 20. You're gonna write over here 720 x value. You're gonna use this because this is a positive value. 42.56 minus 20. Our answer would be 31.91, and this answer is in terms of minutes. But if we look at the answer, we can say you can clearly see that it should be written in minutes and in terms of second as well. So you're gonna multiply 30, you can write 31 in simply, and 0.91 to convert into second you need to multiply it by 60. After multiplying it by 60, our answer would be 55 seconds. So you're gonna write over here. So the final answer is 31 minutes and 55 seconds. Now we will move to the question number 21. The table shows some values for y is equal to x cubed by 3 minus 2x plus 5 correct to one decimal place. X is this and value is this. When we're gonna put value of minus 3, after putting minus 3 value 27 by 3, our answer would be 9 minus 2 into 3, 9 16, and adding it by plus 5, our answer would be 2. When we use positive 3 value, our answer would be 8. I'm gonna simply substitute value over here. Okay, I'm doing this. Minus 27 over 3 plus 2 into 3 would be 2 into minus 3 would be 6 and plus 5. So 9 minus 9 plus 11 would be plus 2. So this is how we have solved first value minus 2, and this is again it would complete the table. We have completed. Draw the graph y is equal to x cubed by 3 minus 2x plus 5 for minus 1 3 to positive 3 value. All the values in the table are given, so we just gonna need to plot this value graph carefully. For value of x is equal to minus 3, value of y is 2. When x is minus 3, y is positive 2. So this would be our first point. When the x value is when the x value is minus 2, x value is minus 3, sorry, x value is minus 3, y value is positive 2. And the value when the value of x is minus 2.5, the answer is 4. Minus 2.5, it would be here, the answer is 4.8. 4.8 would be over here. Okay, when the value is minus 2, our answer is 6.3. For the value minus 2, our answer is 6.3. For the value of minus 1, our answer is 6.7. Minus 1, our answer is 6.7. So you're gonna write over sure here. For the value of 0, our answer is 5. Okay. Now for the value of 1, our answer is 3.3. Value of 1, our answer is 3.3. For the value of 2, our answer is 3.7. And for the value of 2.5, our answer is 5.2. And for the last, when the value of x is 3, the value of y is 8. So now we need to plot this graph by freehand, or you can use lead pencil, but I'm gonna carefully plot this graph. So this is how we have plotted our graph for the table, and this graph was carrying 4 marks. The table was given, only 2 values were missing, which we have calculated by substituting +3 and -3. After substituting, we have completed the table and plotted the graph like we were required to plot it. Now we will move to its next part. By drawing a suitable line of grid, find the roots of the following equation: x cube minus 2x plus 5, x cube over 3 minus 1.5x plus 1 equal to 0. We know that this equation looks similar to this equation. So we're going to compare these equations to find the value of y, which we need to plot in this graph. So by comparing it, first we're going to write over the first equation that was given, that was x cube by 3 minus 2x plus 5. Now you can see that this equation 2x is and this over this equation is showing minus 1 point. The difference over here is of 0.5x. So we're gonna add 0.5x over here, and over here this value is 5 and this value is 4. So we're gonna subtract it from 4. Our answer would be like that. So this part belongs to y value, so we're gonna write over y is equal to this, and moving this equation to the other side would be 4 minus 0.5x, or you can write 4 x by 2. Both would be considered correct. Now we need to plot this line. For plotting this line, first we need to draw a simple table x and y. If we use value of x, that is minus 3, our answer would be 5.5. If we use value of minus 1, our answer would be 4.5. When we use value of 1, our answer would be 3.5. When we use value of 3 over here, 3 into 0.5, that would be 1.5. After subtracting from 4, the answer would be 2.5. So this is how we have taken these values. You can also take other values if you want, but I think these are the suitable values considering our graph. So now we're gonna plot this graph over here by looking into the equations. Okay, hopefully you can see the values of x and y, and I'm going to plot it over here. Okay, you can note down these values. Now I am plotting this graph. For the value of y, x is equal to -3, the value is of 5.5. 5.5. So x is equal to 3, value is 5.5. Would be here. Oh, this would be over here. Okay. Now for the value of -1, answer is 4.5. -1, answer is 4.5. 4.5 is over here between 4 and 5. And for the value of 1, the answer is 3.5. Value of 1, answer is 3.5, which is almost equal to here. And for the value of last value, x is equal to 3, answer is 2.5. 3, 2.5. Where is 2.5? Here is 2.5. Now you need to plot this line because this is a straight line. So you need scale for drawing it. Value of 3, the answer is 2.5. This is the answer, not this. This is the answer. So this is how we have plotted. Now you need to identify those 3 points that are crossing this graph. And it would be here. This one, and this one. These are the 3 values in which our graph is intersecting. It is 2.4, 0.7 and almost 1.4 or 1.5. So you can write over here this value, that is equal to 2.4 minus 2.4, and this value would almost be equal to 0.8 or 0.7, and this value would equal to 1.4 or 1.5. You can take, and you need to write these 3 values over here. So x is equal to minus 2.5, 4 and 0.8 or 0.7 you can write, or x for 1.4 or 1.5 you can write. Even your close answer would be considered right over here, so you don't need to confuse if your answer don't come accurate like that, or you just need to show what your answers come. If your if your graph is correct, you would be awarded full marks for it. Okay, now moving to question number 22. Question number 22 is that the length of the pencil. Okay, the length of the pencil is given as 16 centimeter. Correct to the nearest centimeter. The length of the pen is given to 14.7. Correct to the nearest centimeter. Calculate the upper bound for the difference between the length of the pencil and the length of the pen. So we need to calculate the difference. So for difference we need to use length of pencil, the upper bound of it would be 16.5, and lower bound of the pen would be 14.65, because it is nearest millimeter. So you're gonna take 14.65 and you need to subtract it, upper bound of pencil minus lower bound of pen. Our answer will be 16.5 minus 14.65, and the value would be 1.85 centimeters. So we are writing over here 1.85 centimeter. Question number 23. Expand and simplify. X minus 2 into 4x plus 1. So first we need to multiply these two values. X into 4x, answer would be 4x square. X into 1, answer would be x minus 8x, then minus 2x minus 5. Our answer over here would be 4x square minus 7x minus 2x minus 5. Now multiply these two values. It would be 4x cube minus 7x square minus 2x, then it would be 4 into 5 minus 20x square plus 35x and plus 10. After rearranging 4x cube minus 27x square plus 33x plus 10. So this would be our final answer for these equation. Moving to question number 24. Question number 24 is from the topic of mensuration, and this is our second last question. ABCD is a rectangular base pyramid. AC and BD intersect at F. EF is perpendicular to FC. AD is equal to 12 centimeter. DC is equal to 8 centimeter. EC is equal to 16 centimeter. Write down the number of planes of symmetry of the pyramid. So for the rectangular base pyramid, you need to remember that it would always have the two planes of symmetry. How? You're gonna divide this shape like this, and other shape would be like this. So there are two planes of symmetry. Next part is show that EF is equal to 14.3 centimeter correct to one decimal place. EF is, what is EF? Here it is EF. So first we need to calculate AC. This would be AC. Then we take half of AC. This would be FC, and from FC and 16 we can calculate EF. So this is how we're gonna solve. First we calculate AC. AC is equal to 12 square plus 8 square. Because it's a right angle triangle, you can use Pythagoras theorem. So applying Pythagoras theorem, it would be 14.42 centimeter. Now FC, we have said that it would be half of AC. So 14.42 divided by 2, our answer would be 7.21 centimeter. Now we need to calculate EF, and EF is also belongs to a right angle triangle. So we're gonna apply Pythagoras theorem. EC square plus FC square, or minus FC square, sorry. So you're gonna multiply, or you're gonna take square of 16 minus 7.21, which we just calculated in the previous part. 16 in this part, 16 square minus 17, and taking square root, our answer will be 14.3 centimeter. And this was required to show that. So 14.3 centimeter would be our final answer. Now calculate the angle between the line EC and the base triangle ABCD. So we know that this is a right angle triangle. So we're gonna apply cosine ratio. Cos ECF would be equal to base over hypotenuse. Base is 7.21, which is FC, and hypotenuse is 16, which is EC. By taking the inverse of this value, cos inverse of 7.21 divided by 16, our answer would be 63.2 degree, because our instruction were saying that you need to take angles value in one decimal place, so that's why we are showing 63.2 rather than 63. Okay, so this was the easy part. Now moving to the question number 25, the last part, the last question of this paper. This diagram is of frustrum. The diagram shows a bowl in the shape of frustrum. Calculate the volume of the bowl. So we know that this is the shape of the frustrum, so we need to find the volume of this bowl. If we're gonna complete this diagram like that, or you can also like that, you can complete this diagram. You need to find this volume and subtract from this volume. You need to find this volume and this volume, and subtracting both these volume will get you the volume of the ball. If this is the full length of the ball, and we can see that this is, we can say that this is x value, and the whole value would be 9 plus x. Okay, so there are two triangles in which we can see that this is like that. This is the right angle triangle, can write it that, and this is also the right angle triangle, in which this is the right angle for both these sides. So this is the similar shape, so we're gonna use the formula of similarity concept. And if this is x over x plus 9, now we are comparing this with this, x over x plus 9, and the other side would be 6 and 8, 6 over 8. So after cross multiplying, 8x is equal to 6x plus 54. 8x minus 6x, 2x is equal to 54. X would be 27. X would be 27, like that. So if x is 27, then 9 plus x would be 9 plus 27, it would be 36, and this x would be 27, which we just calculated. Now we know that the volume formula is for the cone is 1 over 3 pi r square s. V is equal to 1 over 3. For bigger cone, we are gonna use pi r square h, and for smaller cone, we need to subtract 1 over 3 pi, and we're gonna take r as a smaller, and h over here smaller as well. So 1 over 3, the value of pi, you can put in calculator simply the pi, and r square h. What is the value of r? For the bigger cone, the value of r is 8 square, and h we just calculated, 27 plus 9, that is 36, minus 1 over 3 into pi, and the value of r is 6 square, and the value of h is 27. After putting those values into the calculator, our final answer would be 1395 centimeter cube. 1395 centimeter cube. So I'm gonna write over here How we have calculated? We have calculated, but just we need to calculate the height of this lower cone. For this, we have compared these two triangles because these two triangles were similar. From similarity concept, x over smaller triangle, x bigger triangle, x plus 9 smaller triangle, base 6 and bigger triangle base 8. Solving it, we would get our answers. X is equal to 27. This is x is equal to 27. Then this is 9 plus x. Then 9 plus x is the height of the bigger cone. That would be 36. After calculating, we have applied the formula 1 over 3 pi r square h and 1 over 3 pi r. And subtracting those values, answer will be 1395 centimeter cube. So this was the specimen paper 2 of 2025. I hope you do get the understanding of these concepts. I tried to solve it in detail and explain it in complete details. So this video is the most longest video I have made. Hopefully you would like and share with your friends who wants to give the paper in the upcoming session, or if you do have still any inquiries, you can ask in the comment section. I will explain you in much more detail. Do like and subscribe my channel for the further videos you want to share. Thank you for watching it. Allah Hafiz.